going on? Welcome, y'all. Welcome. I know we've been out of pocket for a while, but we are back with another hot topic. How are you,
It's
Dr.
been
Walker?
a whole month.
Pastor Walker,
It's been a whole month. I haven't seen you in a whole month.
in a whole month.
You look healthy and well. I'm feeling the head, like I'm
You
feeling
feeling
all
that?
this, the vibes you're giving.
Giving vibes, giving the monochronic vibes. You
I
know?
like it.
Yes. I love it. Well, we got a hot topic that's trending. That's been
Hot.
trending, hot, fresh off the press.
Yes.
We want to talk about this thing that's going around social media about these women and maybe how it relates to women in faith and how we move different and how men of faith move different and think different when it comes to this topic. And so we want to talk about it, but we want to also make it very relative to our faith and what we believe. So, Dr. Walker, do you want to read the question at hand?
I'll read the statement only because allegedly a man made the statement.
That
I don't
man
know
made
this to
that
be true.
statement. I watched the video.
Okay, I've not watched the video, so I'm taking your word
Okay.
and from what was sent to me.
Okay.
It says, man says high earning women are less attractive. Who wants you after you've achieved those things?
Wow. Who wants you after you've achieved those things? Dr. Walker, what's your perception? Pastor. What are your thoughts surrounding that statement? As a man first.
As a man who has achieved things, whatever, and I think the first thing we have to realize is that success looks different to most and some people, right?
Right.
Some people look at academic success and applaud that. Some people look at professional success and that's a meter for them. Other people look at getting out the hood, living on your own as a level of success. So I think it's important for us to understand in context. As for me, I cannot agree with that statement because absent of my family and my close friends, I'm talking about as far as a partner, I have obtained every major milestone in my life by myself.
Facts.
And I don't know that I want a woman to be like, oh, I don't want you now, because it reminds me of, you remember the scene in Good Deeds?
Yes.
When Felicia Rashad is playing his mom and she makes the statement, oh, my son loves projects.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
To insinuate
Uh-huh.
he only deals with women that are less than,
so that he can fix
build them up. It's like an investor, right? A real estate
Right.
investor.
Right.
I don't go and buy a house already done. I build stuff, renovate it, and then put it back on the market. I'm done with it.
Mm.
Now, from a very surface level, as a man who likes nice things, whether it's food or whatever, that to meet a woman that is in process does do something for our ego. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't understand. I'm sure you're
Okay.
about to elaborate.
So let's say if I meet you and you are working, or let's say you've always wanted to go to school or start a business and you've just never, let's say you had Madison, right? So you're a single mother and you've not become a pharmacist yet, right?
Okay.
You meet me, I have my doctorate degree already.
Okay.
Immediately, I am going to ask you, tell me what you want to do with your life. Tell me what your dreams and aspirations. Oh, I want to be, let's do something simple as I want to be a nurse.
Okay.
But I had my daughter, all the things that are reality, right?
Right.
Already I know probably financially that you can't do for me what a high earning woman could do, right? Even if I am authentically invested in your growth. So I'm going to say, hey, well, I know a school. Let me research it for you. I'll even help pay some of your books. I'll get you a tutor if you're not good at math. Because even though I'm not doing it for you to pay me back, it helps me to know that I'm helping you.
Okay.
You a single mother. You ain't never ate at a Fleming's or Morton's or Ruth Chris. Because I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite restaurant? What's your favorite steak restaurant? You going to say Outback.
Facts.
I got you.
Longhorn.
I got you. Off rip.
Right.
Girl, he took me to a restaurant where the prices weren't even on the menu. You oh, by the way, while we out, make sure, do you want to stop and get something for your daughter? It's the little things, right? And again, I'm not saying this is game. I'm saying this is who I am, but it is doing something for me because I'm giving you an experience and exposing you to things that maybe another guy has never thought about. It's almost like what we're seeing with Kim Kardashian and this the guy she's dating, the
Okay.
Joseph. Kanye was a billionaire.
Kanye is a billionaire.
She's out eating pizza at a theme park with this guy who everybody's like, what's
What
going
is she
on?
doing? Yeah. Maybe she needed
Kanye went and got a Kim Kardashian lookalike. Why now watch this. Kim got a guy that got money. He may not have Kanye's money, but he ain't broke.
Right.
Kanye went and got a round-the-way girl that looked like Kim. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying versus meeting Dr. Sherice now. You eat nice. We eat at some of the same restaurants.
Yeah, I eat nice. I like hood music and fine dining.
You live well.
Amen.
You dress well.
God is good.
So you ain't impressed if I say, hey, let's go to Morton's or let's go to or Fleming's. I'm not saying you wouldn't be, that you're not moved by it, but you can go there on your own. So there is some intimidation factor, right? I go to pull out my Visa card and you got a black card. Are you saying to me, oh, go ahead, you paid for dinner, I got the drinks. Go ahead, I got this. It's a whole different, because the things that, I don't care how much we say we're not impressed by things, everything about our society says that we are.
Wow, that's good.
Everything about
everything.
We don't post pictures of
us busted.
Everything is perfect.
Yes.
You don't post the picture of you eating oodles and noodles when you get hungry at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
You post pictures of you sitting on the corner looking outside at the fine restaurant.
Looking outside with the view.
So I'm saying, do I agree with the statement? No. But do I understand what I am interpreting that gentleman to say? I would approach it as there is an intimidation because what you would normally use or what a man would normally use for bait is not going to catch any fish of a high value, whatever you consider high value.
Gotcha. So let's, as a man, that's as a man, right? As a man. Now we look at it from a man of faith. And is the dynamic different? Because now, as a man of faith, maybe you pray for and look for something different in a woman. So then does the appetite change to where you say, I can take a woman that have worked hard, that was a good steward, that was responsible, and her her good choices got her here, her and the Lord. And maybe now I have to work harder than I did before to obtain a level of impression, or does the impression then really matters?
That's interesting that you would ask that. I had to take a moment to pause to reflect, right?
Okay.
Because um, as much as men say that, and I'm talking about Christian brothers,
Yes.
that we want a woman that adds value to us and that can be our Beyonce and Jay-Z or Michelle and Barack, whatever your reference point is. The reality is we don't.
Whoa.
No, hear me when I say this. If most alpha males take care of their households anyway, would we really let a woman pay for our meal? Right? Would we really let a woman pay for the bills? I'm saying I think we want it, but I think there comes again a level of, even as a Christian man, what values do you place? Because if money is not an issue for a man or a woman, I may place high values on your prayer life, on your drive. So I ain't we stuck on surface stuff. I ain't even worried about whether or not you can buy me a Gucci tie or some loafers for Christmas if I'm stressed out about it. You know what I'm saying? So I think what do we call high value? Because there's some people who don't make a lot of money that can support you and manage it. They don't make enough money. They don't make a lot of money because that may not be the line of work that they're in. But you give me a woman that has raised a child or that has taken care of herself, I guarantee you she can budget a little better than a woman who just makes six figures as single. Because the value ain't even the same.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
I don't argue with you at all when it comes to that. I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah. Yeah. You make way more. You're a single woman and your money, you don't have nothing.
Right. I'm gonna tell you, it was
But a
interesting.
bunch
Right?
of
So
clothes, shoes, and bags.
my daughter said to me a couple weeks ago, and I was it kind of hit me here. She asked me something, and I was like, "Hey, why don't you ask your mom?" She was like, "But mommy had to do this and do that and do that and do that and do that." She has two other sisters, right? My daughter's mother has two other daughters, and so I wanted to be like, "Are you suggesting that because your mama did this, and this, that I don't have responsibilities?" But she don't look at it because then all you got is you and me. Mama got this, and I'm saying it don't matter how much money I make. I got. So if that's a child's perspective, I know that we as adults look at it the same way.
Yeah.
Right. So I wish we lived in a very authentic space where we could be honest about what we really value.
Man, but do you think people would really say that they value financial freedom and luxury?
I think it's okay.
I think it's okay to say that that's something that you desire and you want.
But if you desire it, be okay with. So is my ego going to be inflated if you and I are out to dinner and you pay for it?
So I have a question about that.
Sure.
Okay. I think I would go on record to say that I believe that a high value woman in terms of income, I will go on record to say that she makes, and it's just her, 55, 60K and above.
That's considered high value?
I would say for a woman that is single, no children.
Okay.
In terms of income. Now, when we talk about value and morals and all this other stuff, that's a different subject. But in terms of income, maybe 55.
Let me ask the question.
Because most men make more money than women, and there's only 9% of Black women that makes six figures and above. Only 9. That's a very small population.
Yes.
And so just not the 9% is high value.
What would you consider a high value man then?
In terms of income?
And we talking about strictly income.
85K and higher.
So there's a $20,000 difference.
But statistically, there's a $20,000 difference.
I don't know that exists now because I know some sisters that's knocking it out in the park now.
Agreed. But when we're talking about the traditional man that works, and because I can't count them out because they don't make $100,000 a year.
Correct.
That's we're talking about a man of faith. He works hard. Not even just a man who works hard. He has a great work ethic. Takes care of himself, his family, known in the community, doing great things. 85K is great.
It's amazing. Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. And so a woman that's a high value woman, she says, I'm going to pay for your meal. Should he allow her to pay?
You're taking the wind out my chest.
I'm just, hey, second date, we met at the church conference, or singles conference or something. And we go out and she says, I'm going to take care of this.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Did you invite me out?
Let's say the invite, it doesn't matter who invited who, because I don't think that matters. I think that began to matter when the whole men getting fed up with spending an obscene amount of money dating women that really didn't want them, but just was using them to go eat. So
I'm not saying it's not okay. Let me go on record and say,
ladies, y'all hear this?
I've had that happen but let me be comical and truthful, right? It's always been at the cheaper places.
That they've said, okay.
So we at Chick-fil-A or we at Happy
and they say,
Hour.
let me pay for it. So I would say that I've treated a guy that I've dated to Fleming's. I've treated a guy that I've dated to Charlie's Steakhouse, Capitol Grill.
Yeah,
I didn't have a problem. But when I said I'm going to pay, he let me pay.
Was he used to that level of eating though?
I don't know.
See, there's the question.
I don't know.
Because if he was not, for those who don't know, he's going to be intimidated by the pricing himself. He's sitting there clutching his chest.
Clutching his little necklace.
Yeah. He got to go in the bathroom and look at the mobile banking app. And I'm saying, and I'm joking, I don't know that it's nothing wrong with the offer. And I'm not saying now I probably would. But probably 2 or 3 years ago, I probably been like, no, that's okay. Even if I got to be like, I'll make it up
somewhere
else. Now, I have had a young lady say, okay, Akeem, you took care of dinner, so I got the drinks. And that was a tugger. Like, okay, I got the, I think it's okay, but I think it is also about communication. Because do we always have to eat here? So
no. But I'll give you another example. I have a homegirl who and she's always done this. Anytime her and her husband goes out of town, now they don't keep the same bank accounts, I guess. But anytime they go out of town, she pays for the flights and he pays for everything else.
Oh, I have an uncle and aunt that does that. I love it.
She pays for the flights. And so I think that's a statement of, if all you paying for is the flight and he's going to take care of everything else, what you going to fly him on?
I love it. Don't put me on Spirit, though.
Don't put me on Spirit. Don't put me on Frontier.
Don't do for me or give me what you would not take on your own.
That's good.
I don't want, and I know I want to go deeper than just gifts, but since that's what we live in, right?
Right.
I don't want to have to spend a week's worth of pay buying you a bag or shoes or being intentional about stuff, and then I wake up to a sweater.
Man.
A necktie.
Oh, man.
Like,
yeah, I've done that.
And hear me. It is not, let me add Bible. It's not about the amount. Let's go to the woman who gave, Jesus was doing the offering and they said everybody gave the bit, and the woman gave the 2 mites and Jesus was impressed. I'm saying, if you know my birthday or Christmas or Valentine's Day, whatever day we exchange gifts, it's coming around.
It's coming. So why not prepare?
That's what I'm saying.
In advance. So me and you have the same perspective on that, because don't last minute me.
Oh, especially I would have got this, but no, my birthday come the same day every year.
They come the same day every year. You have ample time to prepare, especially if you know you have to budget your money a little tighter because you may not be where I am financially. Now, right. I think that if I can play the devil's advocate on the man's side, I think that when the guy made that statement, because when you watch the video, he says that, and then he says, she's done for. Like, it's over for her. She's not going to obtain what she wants because she sought after success and not a mate.
People are getting married at 50 and having babies at 40. That whole timeline, I think, is what gets most of us in trouble. Right? There is no. If you want to have children, do you want to have them young when you're healthy? Yes, but there's so many ways in which you could get around that kind of thing now, whether it's help, I'm saying that we live in a much medically advanced society, right?
Right.
I think the danger for a high value woman, if truth be told, let me flip it. Let me ask you. You would be considered a high value woman, both from an educational and a professional setting, right? Let's say you're at the dealership. I don't want to use a restaurant. You're at a dealership and the man who is working the service desk is interested in you. He makes a meager, let's say $30,000. It's a solid, they get paid salary, not by the job as a regular mechanic would. He makes $30,000 a year. He has integrity. Let's say he has a child that he takes care of, and he's doing what he can. Would you date him?
You asked me this before. I said I would, but you told me I wouldn't.
So let me retract that if I have. I don't remember saying that, but I'm not saying that. I mean, you wouldn't lie to me on it. I am saying at some point, the perception of high value people is that we outprice ours. I'm not saying for women.
But okay, I'm gonna say this: the worldly me would not, but the God that resides in me, that is now able to discern the spirit of a person, would. Because many people talk about potential. Oh, he has potential. A man can have all the potential he wants, but if his spirit is not right, it does not matter. So the spirit of a man is what drives me to him.
Let's stay there. Let's change it from money. You meet a guy, same situation. He's a nice guy, no integrity issues, has a great spirit, but he does not go to church and he does not subscribe to be a Christian. Not because he believes in anything else. He's just never had that proposition.
To go to church.
Yeah, to go to church. He didn't come from a church
any
family.
Type of religious belief or practice. He just a good person.
Would you date him?
I probably would not. And it's not that he's a bad person. And I love God and I believe I have a strong faith, but if I could be transparent, some of what he believed in his not going and not attending, I believe would affect me.
So then you don't think you're strong enough to draw him in?
I don't believe that I would. I believe that the iron is going to sharpen iron in some way, and we're both going to rub off on each other. And I'm not saying that I won't draw him completely, but I don't want him not being involved aspect to now become me not being involved aspect, because now we're meshing with each other and the intimacy.
That's interesting. I was not expecting that from you.
No, I will not. So you gotta. I love God to my core. So something about you have to and I can only speak for me. I'm not speaking for all women. You got to be able to pray. You got to be able to stand fast on this is a situation now, but it is going to get better. It's temporary. Like, you got to be able to have some faith, something behind you, some substance other than the universe. I don't want to hear about no universe. I'm not knocking anybody that's what you believe. I want to hear about the word. That's what I know. That's how I was raised.
So you don't subscribe to the scripture that the unsaved wife is covered by the saved husband, or vice versa?
I do, but I'm saying for me.
For you, I got you.
For me,
okay.
And what draws and turns me on is that.
I think though, would
you though? I believe you would.
If every other box is checked.
If every other box is checked except for that one.
And if it's a situation where she's not of another faith, she just don't have no kind of.
She just don't.
I think I would.
I don't know.
Because
I think you would, but in the midst of fuss, I don't know.
Because you're
pretty balanced. You're a pretty balanced man of faith.
I think because she could become, even if we part ways, she might become, because I think this is not a person who's trying to defend a faith against what I believe. This is a person who may not have just ever been invited to hear.
Right.
Now, would that probably be more weighty, because now I got to figure out how much do you show, how much do you do, because this person is a potential new convert. That might be a little, but I'm not going to say that. I'm 60-40, 60% no, 40% yes.
Yes, gotcha.
At this stage of my life. Now, when I was early 20s, early 30s, let's put me in, coach. Now, yeah, I don't know that I have, not the patience, because I'm a very patient person with people. I just don't know if I have the energy to. It would have to be a quick turnaround. Like that person, I would have to see an interest real quick.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if we 6 months in and you still like, I don't know about this thing. I don't know. Listen, we can be friends. I'm praying for you. I'm here for you.
You hit her with that pastor finger.
Go in grace. But I think, again, I don't want people to think, again, we're talking about the post the gentleman said that high value women. I think people can choose. I have people who told me all the time, I chose education and career over family. I always
and a lot of it is based on how people are raised too. Some people didn't have a great family upbringing. And so they don't know what a successful, happy family looks like. So they're not going to choose that.
Yeah. I celebrate my parents all the time, because everything, I say this all the time, everything that they have, they got together.
Right.
I mean, I saw my father work 2 jobs so that my mom could go to school. I saw my dad give my mom the car when we had 1 car, and he caught the work van to work, and then would pick me up from my grandma's house and put me on the handlebars to ride home. And now they both do okay, but it never changed him demeaning my mom. It never changed. My mom, my dad is real serious. He can get $2 out of 50 cents. He gonna save. He not gonna spend.
Gotcha.
So me and my sister knew if we wanted something, we going to mama, because daddy gonna be like, I just gave you $20 last week. Like,
that's right. He done counted it up, honey. He done counted it up.
Yeah, he done counted it up.
You know what's coming out of his stuff.
I'm saying, I think what people have to do, particularly when you get over 30, 35, you got to start looking at life like, what matters to me. And if you make money and if you're already on your own, you don't want somebody that's going to come in and
do not
and dilute what you work for.
Yeah.
But money ain't everything.
It's not.
So we on the gram matching. We got matching Yeezys, and I done bought you a Rolex, and you done brought me one, and we matching, but we hate each other. I'm really thinking about the girl who works at Starbucks every morning, who remembers my order. And I'm like, she asks me every day how I'm doing, and you like, oh, I'll see you later. See, that's what we don't talk about. The stuff that we really want, we don't communicate with the people that we're with. So I'm okay, you're a high value woman, and I'm buying you all these gifts because I think, oh, Sherice like hats, and Sherice like heels, and I got to buy her this, and you like, but it's the guy that works at the Chick-fil-A who asked me, how's your daughter doing? I know kids had SOLs last week.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there like, Sherice, why you zone out at this table? And you like, nothing. And you like, John works at Chick-fil-A, but he asked me about my daughter because those are the things that we don't put value on. We don't end up with those kind of people, though. We really don't.
We don't.
We think about them, but we don't end up with them.
Wow. Well, guys, we wanted to discuss the hot topic. We know we kind of talked about a couple things, but put in the chat what you think. How did you feel about that statement? It's been all over the gram. It's been all over the internet. Celebrities are commenting on it. Women are mad. Men are mad. Men are celebrating. It's like mixed emotions. But comment and tell us how you felt. If you were able to see the comment, or you were able to see the post at the young man saying that the lady was done for because she had obtained success. Put that in the statement or in the comments. We really want to know. But in the meantime, we thank you all for joining us.
Thank y'all.
We kind of went over time, but we are so appreciative of those that tune in. We'll be back next month with something else that's trending. And again, we look at it from not just a world's point of view, but also from our faith and what we believe, and that we move and we operate different because we love God. So y'all, may the Lord watch between you and me. Toodles!
Thank you, Bishop and St. Paul, for the opportunity. Dr.